Okay, so I need to break down why I had to get off Hinge in less than 30 days. Now, little background. I was in a relationship. It was a spin the block situation from when we were little kids. We grew up together. Needless to say, it was horrible. My ex is a complete narcissist with a bunch of kids, and I should have left his ass alone and not fell for the okie doke. But that was my bad. Went to therapy. We broke up in 2022, and I spent the rest of 2022 and 2023 working on myself. Like, not trying to date at all, not entertaining anybody, completely celibate. Like, I was like, I need to detox from this relationship and also reevaluate myself to make sure that I don't make that type of mistake again. So it worked great. I did the work on myself, and then this year I was like, okay, I'm actually ready to date. Like, I want to have commitment, I want to be married with the right person, and I want to move on to that phase of my life because, hello, I'm about to turn 40. So I work from home a lot, and everyone was telling me, like, you got to get on the apps, which I've been avoiding. I've never been on an app before my whole life. Always been able to meet organically or through referrals or whatever. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Get on Hinge, because everyone says when they pay for an app, it's a little bit better quality. People are a little more serious. So I'm like, okay, cool. So out the gate, first guy I meet, super cute, like completely my type, which should have been a red flag, but I was trying to be open. And super talkative on text, like texting me all day, even though like he drives for work. So I'm like, oh my God, he's so cute, so attentive, like this might be the lick. Asking the questions, like, what are you looking for? Like, how many relationships have you been in? Blase, blase. So we FaceTime, and everything is like looking real good. He sends me a link to his TikTok, and he's trying to be one of those relationship influencers, always posting about relationships and what his next relationship's gonna look like and how he wants to be the man and plan everything and wants to lead by example and all this stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go out of town with my family for a graduation and don't talk to him for a couple days, which rightfully so. I'm not thinking about him. It's only been that week that we were talking. And he completely ghosted me. Like, I texted him that Monday, nothing. Never heard from him again. Mind you, because he sent me his TikTok, I saw that he's still been posting videos, and I was just like, okay, so you're just full of shit. So, and strike one. Next guy I talked to, not really attracted to, but I'm trying to be nice. And again, he's super responsive and was asking to take me out and trying to do things the way I'm trying to do them. Like, you're not coming to my house. I'm not sending you pictures. Like, you need to take me out on a proper date and get to know me before all of that BS. So I give him my number reluctantly. And
I just want to pause it there. The beginning, she sounds so sweet. Everything she was talking about in the beginning sounded sweet, sounded nice, you know. And as time goes on, you start to notice something in her, some type of pattern of passive aggressiveness. For like even trying to say to the guy was trying to be something, you know. I feel like the words are so important of how you use it and how you display it, you know. If someone is trying to be something and it shows you in their TikTok, like this is what they do, instead of you say they're trying to be something as if you're trying to belittle what they're doing to being like, this is what they are, will sound more positive and uplifting than saying, yeah, this is what this person is. This person is a relationship guru, you know, or not, this person is trying to be a relationship guru. It's like me creating content and I'm meeting someone on a dating app and they find out I do content and then they say he's trying to be a content creator, then say he's a content creator. So, you know, like what you got, you know, sometimes you got, the words are very powerful how, you know, certain females are using it because, you know, this is how they use it to kind of try to find a way to try to control you. And, you know, the first thing I've noticed when I'm watching her is that, of course, that hair is not hers. You know, it's like when you're looking at this person, you know that this person is trying to be someone that she's not straight away off the back. You know, they say don't judge the book by the cover, but, you know, your appearance should matter. You know, your appearance should be something that you should work on to be natural so people can actually take you seriously. But anyway, let's continue hearing what she's saying in the story, you know.
And the first thing he keeps pressing me about is when I'm free. So it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm like, I'm busy. I have a couple things to do, but, you know, Friday or Saturday seems pretty light. So I'm like, why do you keep asking me? Are you trying to take me out? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. And then he literally texts me, and I remember word for word, he says, want to see you First things first, send pics. Sir, I wasn't even trying to talk to you in the beginning, and now you being a creep. So, blocked, didn't respond, like, you got some nerve. Strike 2. Meet another guy, and he seems to be okay, has a degree, works in insurance, like, owns a home. We communicate, but not, like, overly communicate, which I liked. Like, he wasn't pressing me for pictures. Like, we would just chat here and there, but he was very consistent. Good morning text, all that jazz. So then he starts talking about, I want to come cuddle. And I'm like, you want to do what? Like, okay. So I'm trying not to be mean and just be, cutting dudes off for no reason. So I'm like, okay, well, what you can do in lieu of that is take me out. He lives a couple counties over, so I'm like, you got to show some type of effort. And again, you not coming to my house. I don't know you. Like, I watch enough Dateline and enough Fatal Attraction to know you don't just be letting random dudes from online come to your house.
So, of course, you're not supposed to let any random person come to your house. Facts, Vice versa as well for men as well. You're not supposed to just be letting any random woman come to your house unless you've gone on a date with them and you've actually got to know them. Set out the energy a bit, because energy is a big thing, guys. And females as well. Energy is a big thing, so you can't just be inviting any type of random energy into your house. You got to protect your home. I want to discuss the picture bit. Why would a man ask a woman to send a picture if they're not satisfied with the picture that you're showing them in a Hinge? Because majority of the time, some females like to just take a certain types of picture where you can't really see them properly, or they might take a picture where they're moving and you don't know what's going on. So for them to ask you for a picture, I don't think there's nothing bad about that. It's because you're meeting each other on a dating app. So sending a picture should be, acceptable on both sides, where, okay, cool, I'll send you a picture and the person can say, I can't really see you properly at this picture. Can you send me another picture where I can actually see you for who you are? Because that's their safety as well. It's not just all about a woman's safety, it's about the man's safety as well. They need to know who they're, looking at, because you got to remember there's a lot of females that's on the platform that might not be a female. What? Portraying they're a female. You know what I mean? So it's important for men to actually know who they're speaking to. So to try to downplay that, I think is unacceptable. But one thing I notice when she's speaking is just the authorityness of her voice. Like, you gotta take me out, take me out, take me out, take me out. And it's just like, chill that, When you're talking about taking out, if somebody says, okay, cool, can we meet up for a coffee? I think, to me, I still feel like that's taking out. If you go out for a coffee or you're getting to know each other. But her voice and her tone of voice, very masculine and very demanding, to the fact that, are you going to take me out? And it's like, at the age, she's close to being 40. I mean, I believe that's what she said. She's close to being 40. So the dating shouldn't be new to you, especially how you deal with men. I always say men are very simple. Men are simple creatures. Some men is like black and white. There's no gray area with men. If they're actually trying to take you seriously, of course, they want something from you. What? They know that they have to treat you like a queen, treat you, special and take you out and whatnot. Because that's how you can know if a man is interested in you. The demanding of, are you going to take me out, without actually waiting to see if that's what that person is going to do. If the person doesn't show that, then yeah, cool, keep it swerving. Got a woman that loves this block. I understand. But you can't just be blocking people just because they might say one thing wrong that you don't like. You know what I mean? Because it's like, how are you going to get to know someone? Everybody has flaws. No one is perfect. You are definitely not perfect. I am not perfect. I'm still working on myself, guys. I'm still trying to work on my faith. I'm still trying to work on my appearance. I'm still trying to work on how I'm going to pattern my content and be growing. So there's always going to be growth. You feel me? So when a woman is quick to cut someone off, yeah, you got to look at it like this, yeah. Don't be too quick to cut someone off, because you can cut someone else that's good, that's actually good for you, because you don't really want to have that type of characteristic in yourself when you keep doing it, because then when you're in a relationship, it's going to be hard for you to kind of sustain that relationship. And I know, because I'm talking out of experience. I used to be one of those type of guys where if I'm dealing with a woman and I see something I don't like straight away, straight cut off until when I met my missus and I understood that, look, you have to give people a chance, you get me? Because that's how you grow, that's how you learn. And when you do that, there's a blessing that comes from that because you actually learn from yourself as well. You learn all the trauma that you had, all the things that you've been hiding, all the skeleton in your closet that you've been trying for no one not to see, right? But you have to have that faith to actually allow people to be themselves and you be yourself, and together you can figure out what works for you and what don't. But when you come on this kind of aggressiveness and this entitlement, you're not going to find those people for you, most especially when you're not authentically looking like yourself. If you don't look like yourself, you know, and you feel like you have to wear, you know, I'm always going to go back to the wig and weave and look like something that you're not. Your ego is going to be trying to rectify something that you think that you are, but you're not. When you're being yourself and you're looking like yourself, there's a certain type of humbleness that you get. And a certain type of blessing that you also get with that as well. So those that's for you will come to you because they're looking at you thinking, okay, cool, this person looks like natural, this person looks like their self. Okay, cool, let me come correct. But when you're trying to look like something that you're not, you're expecting so much from someone else because you're projecting your insecurity. Like, take me out, take me out, take me out. For someone to take you out and spend their money on you, you need to be worth it because they worked hard for their money. You know, money's not grow on tree. I feel like a lot of modern females feel that money just falls from the sky for men. You have to work twice as hard to obtain money to be able to spend the money. You know what I mean? So a lot of the time, I think modern females think like they're the catch. And that's what's wrong with society because you guys think that you're the catch. At 40 years old, if a man, you know, doesn't have no kid and wants to have family, at 40 years old, you would be technically disqualified. So for you to have this type of ego in you, if you're not going to take me out, and this type of entitlement in you at the age of pushing 40, then it looks like it's actually a lot of men that's dodging the bullets with you. You know what I mean? And that's just respectfully. And there's a lot of grown women on a dating app that needs to remember something, that the same how you are on the dating app, the same how you have 25-year-old females that's 20 years younger than you that's on the dating app as well. So you got to actually work on yourself and actually become correct. Your personality has to be the forefront of anything else apart from aesthetics, beauty. Your personality needs to actually shine more on this app. You know, you should be showing more activity stuff on the app. You should be showing pleasant pictures of yourself where a man don't have to ask you for the picture. For any man that asks a woman for the picture, it's because the picture she's putting on the dating app doesn't really show her fully, you know? And when I say fully, I'm talking about fully. You feel me? It might show a certain type of angle, and this is like, you saw me, take that, accept that for that. You know? And that's not how it works, you know what I mean? The dating app is a really, really cruel place. It's like where people will just, you know, hurt your feelings. Then in real life, if someone is not attracted to you in real life, they're not going to approach you. Dating app is different. People are very more braver on the dating app. So when someone's saying to you, I want to come over and cuddle, it's a brave attempt because they wouldn't see you in real life and say, I want to cuddle you at your house right now. You know what I mean? So you got to be mindful about that, ladies, you know. And one thing I will say as well is, especially to black females, you don't need to lose the wigs. Like literally, you need to lose the wigs, the hair, because I feel like the hair does not represent you very well, you know. It's because everyone can see that that's not your hair. You know, back in the days where your natural hair shows more than a weave, now it's just like a helmet where it's just like they're going to put the wig on and this is your identity. And the whole world knows it's not your identity. So you guys need to actually, you know, retreat, go back into the drawing board and try to figure out how you're going to come out again and actually be yourself. Just be yourself, you know, be yourself. Everyone in the whole world is being themselves. We're all beautiful as how we are, you know. You don't need to do all this extra stuff to, you know, stand out. Just be yourself, you know. You feel me? You're beautiful the way you are. You don't have to, you know, go on dating app and portray another identity that's not you, you know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
God gave me grace. God gave me style. God gave me grace. God put a smile on my face. God made a smile on my face. God made me shine like the sun. God make me shine like the sun. Sometimes I feel like I'm the one. Sometimes I feel like it ain't my fault.